Today, I'm diving into a topic that resonates with many of us, the neuroscience of self-doubt. It's something we all face, that nagging voice questioning our abilities, decisions, and worthiness. Understanding the brain's role in self-doubt can shine a light on why we feel this way and how we can tackle it head-on. To begin, consider the brain's complexity. Different regions contribute to our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Two key players in the game of self-doubt are the prefrontal cortex and the amygdala. The prefrontal cortex, found at the front of the brain, is like the brain's executive center. It handles higher-order functions such as decision-making and self-regulation. When self-doubt creeps in, this area gets activated as we think critically about our abilities and choices. It helps us evaluate situations, weigh risks, and consider outcomes. However, while this part of the brain is vital for rational thought, it can also be swayed by negative emotions. That's where the amygdala comes into play. This small, almond-shaped structure deep within the brain is crucial for processing emotions, particularly fear and anxiety. When self-doubt arises, the amygdala can kick into gear, triggering feelings of fear and insecurity. In these moments, its influence can overshadow the rational thinking of the prefrontal cortex, making it tough to hold onto confidence. Picture this: you're getting ready for an important presentation. As you rehearse, the prefrontal cortex is hard at work, organizing your thoughts. But then, a critical comment from a colleague echoes in your mind, or a past failure resurfaces. Suddenly, the amygdala activates, flooding your brain with anxiety and self-doubt. In that split second, the rational thinking you were cultivating slips away, leaving you feeling unsteady. This back and forth between the prefrontal cortex and amygdala is pivotal to understanding self-doubt. The brain operates dynamically, and the activation of different areas can greatly influence our thoughts and feelings. When we allow self-doubt to take root, it can create a cycle where negative thoughts trigger emotional responses, further amplifying self-doubt. Now, let's talk about neuroplasticity, this remarkable ability of the brain to adapt and change in response to new experiences, thoughts, and actions is a game changer. When self-doubt surfaces, the neural pathways related to those negative feelings can become reinforced over time. If we repeatedly tell ourselves, "I am not good enough," those thoughts create strong connections that make it easier to fall back into self-doubt. But here's the exciting part. Neuroplasticity means we can also create new pathways that encourage positivity and self-acceptance. By engaging in practices that challenge self-doubt, we can form new neural connections. When we consciously replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations or practice mindfulness, we're rewiring our brains. Research shows that consistently practicing positive thinking and self-compassion can lead to measurable changes in how our brains function. Consider someone who has battled self-doubt for years. They may have developed a habit of negative self-talk. However, by incorporating mindfulness and positive affirmations, they begin to challenge those beliefs. Over time, as they consistently practice self-kindness and focus on their strengths, new neural pathways emerge. These pathways nurture positive thinking and gradually lessen the grip of self-doubt. Neuroplasticity not only allows us to forge new connections, but also strengthens the ones that support positive thinking. When we engage in activities that promote self-acceptance, resilience, and confidence, we actively shape our brain's function. Even if self-doubt has been a long-standing pattern, we possess the capacity to change it. Understanding the neuroscience of self-doubt involves recognizing the functions of the prefrontal cortex and amygdala in our thoughts and emotions. The prefrontal cortex helps with rational thinking and decision-making, while the amygdala processes our emotional reactions, often heightening feelings of fear and insecurity. This interplay can create a challenging cycle of self-doubt. Yet, neuroplasticity offers hope. With conscious effort, we can challenge negative thoughts, replace them with affirmations, and cultivate a more supportive inner dialogue. By acknowledging our capacity for change, we can reshape our self-perception and lessen the weight of self-doubt. As I reflect on this topic, it's clear that the brain is not a fixed entity. We have the power to influence our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, leading to a more positive self-image. Understanding this journey can be empowering, and embracing practical strategies for overcoming self-doubt will pave the way for greater resilience.